and I am back from vacation, and I'm full of thoughts. I'm full of thoughts about rest, relaxation, nervous systems, parts, and for my community who understands like the orientation around self-care by any means necessary, even on vacation, I wanted to just share some of my thoughts, and I want you to know I will be recording a podcast because honestly, I had some of the best Oura Ring scores, best HRV scores that I have had. Like in general, I was able to engage in all of my meditation and my heart math. And what that really told me is I was making choices that were aligned with my health, right? While on vacation, I had an absolute blast. I was completely rested and got tons of sleep, and it was just all good. And so I was like, I need to share this. So I have the podcast coming up that I'm recording shortly here, but I wanted to just share a bit of an insight. And it's late in the day, so instead of matcha, I'm drinking my cacao here. But I wanted to share an insight about just an experience. I've spent a lot of time with my nieces lately. I typically will, I just spend a lot of time with my nieces. I won't get into that story. And I had them for about a week before we went on vacation. And so I spent a lot of time kind of listening to how their brains are responding to the environment these days, right? And I've got an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old niece. And one thing to note about the age 7 is it's really important when it comes to being really super impressionable. The brain makes a lot of changes around 7 to 8 years old. And from a personality perspective, you are completing a lot of the absorption and mapping process. And now you're turning around and you're kind of sharing with the environment who you are becoming and what you have learned. And so with my 7-year-old niece, something interesting kind of emerged. I would say, okay, we need a vegetable with this meal. And she would say, Auntie, that's boring. Or I would say, okay, I'm going to go open my laptop. And she would say, boring. Or on vacation, it was, I'm reading a book. And she's like, do you really want to be reading that book? That's so boring, And so there's all these moments of like boring coming from her. It's like being trolled by my 7-year-old niece. And what is she saying? She's saying that doesn't seem like the funnest choice she could be making in the moment. She's 7, right? I completely get it. Vegetables, reading, working, going for a workout, going to bed early. These seem like boring choices to a 7-year-old, right? Understandable. How many of my clients, of the adults of you, are letting their inner 7-year-old part run their lives? You know how often someone will ask me, well, you don't expect me to actually take my supplements on vacation, do you? You don't expect me to be in ketosis on vacation, do you? You don't expect me to eat autoimmune paleo on vacation, do you? And blah, 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 blah. Am I supposed to meditate, work out, and do heart math on vacation? That doesn't seem like a vacation. And what I want you to know as a 40, 45-year-old, 50, 60-year-old is that your job with your adult parts from a self-led perspective is to take care of you. And that inner 7-year-old doesn't know enough about the world yet to do that, right? So yes, I of course expect all those things that you were asking about because I know that that is most aligned with your self-led agenda, which is to stay alive, to have the best brain possible, to enjoy your vacation. And you're in conflict with your inner 7-year-old. Maybe yours isn't 7, maybe yours is 10, right? But there's someone in there you're yelling, this is boring. And so part of my job as auntie is gently to explain what makes me choose to read a book or eat vegetables, and that I actually find joy in that. Is it the funnest thing? Is it the happiest thing? I'm sure there are more dopamine increasing things that I could be choosing to do than read or eat vegetables or work out or whatever it is, or meditate or pray or whatever. I'm sure there's more dopamine raising things out there. But these yummy choices bring me a great deal of joy. And when you're in self-leadership, that's the pursuit. It's joy. It's joy. And taking care of yourself, extending your health, extending your brain health, and taking the fit, healthy version of you onto vacation and then maintaining that fitness and health instead of ruining yourself and then having to come back off of vacation and put yourself together for 2 to 4 weeks, that's joyful. And we do a lot of road trips, my husband and I. We're back and forth to different things and doing different things, and I'm able to take this lifestyle on the road. So I have lots of thoughts about it. And I want you to think about your 7-year-old part, and is that part running your health? Until next time, be well.